Hi guys, and welcome to this week's video. We're sitting down with Ruslan Aeliev at Project 357. Ruslan, take it away. Tell us how you got your company started and why specifically wrapping.
Oh, James. Well, we started about 2.5 years ago. It was 1st of May 2017. We opened up initially with the whole idea of looking after our own cars. Myself and my partner, we've got some exclusive vehicles. My partner has quite a few of them. And once we started wrapping them, more of our common friends started coming along, asking for the same thing to be done on their vehicle. And it just went like a snowball. It started escalating, more people started coming by. And we are where we are right now. 2.5 years later, we are in September, beginning of September right now. And our appointments go as far as end of November. So if you're interested to book an appointment, call now.
So take us a little bit through what your company offers specifically, the different products and services that you provide to your customers.
I would say the two most exclusive services that we offer is paint protection film wrap, which is polyurethane, transparent polyurethane film, which you apply on any painted surface of the vehicle, and it protects it from UV light, it protects it from stone chips, from minor scratches, etc. So it protects from general everyday risks. Of course, don't mistake it with wrapping your car with PPF and crushing yourself in a wall. Nothing will protect you from that. Then the second thing that we offer, which is very unique, and we're the only company in Cyprus doing that, is thermal window tinting. Not a standard window film that everybody is used to, which provides privacy and UV protection. Our thermal film also provides up to 60% heat rejection. And it all depends on the darkness of the thermal film, but it's up to 60% heat rejection, which is very important based on our climate where we live.
Fantastic. Tell us a little bit about the process of what a car goes through. Say you've got a customer that comes to you with a car and they want either wrapping in a different color or paint protection film to cover the entire car. Walk us through the process of what that's like from start to finish as far as you guys are concerned, when the car gets here, what it goes through when it's here, and up until the point where you deliver to the customer.
It's first of all very important to differentiate between the two. So although paint protection film wrap and vinyl wrapping are both called, they have the word wrap in it, the procedures are completely different. So when a customer would call us for vinyl wrapping, which is color change wrap, we'll specifically ask, of course, the color model, the color of the car, the color that he wants to wrap the car, the condition of the painted surface. And once all that is confirmed and the customer agrees to everything, generally the deposit is taken, material is ordered, because most of the colors are never in stock in Cyprus. The market here is very limited and the distributors don't really stock all the colors. Now, once the material arrives, the appointment of the customer comes in, the car comes inside, first proper wash. There are many names for this wash, decontamination of the paint, etc. So we need to make sure that the wrapped surface would be in a perfect condition, as perfect as possible. Then panels start coming off, panels are being wrapped, the car is being assembled back on. It usually takes, depending on the model, between 3 and 6 days, depends on the car size, color as well, the material which is being worked with, and then the car is being delivered to the customer. When it comes to paint protection film, once we confirm which car it is, usually customers coming for paint protection, they have newer cars than those customers that are coming for vinyl wrap, because they really want to protect the factory condition, the factory paint. The car is being washed, surface prepared. Not so many parts are usually being taken off the car. Specifically for PPF, we're talking about mirrors usually, door handles, sometimes window trims. Of course, the badges, I would not recommend anybody wrapping without removing the badges, the branding of the vehicle, and then just cutting a square around it. There are guys who do that. And yeah, the car is being wrapped in PPF. The installation process is completely different. That's why we have different people working on 2 different types of wraps. The time that's taken for PPF wrap is usually slightly more, because we're always trying to offer this a little bit extra to the customer, a little bit more than the general industry is advising us to offer. Why is that, you would ask, James, right? The answer to this is simple. When we opened up 2.5 years ago, pretty much nobody here, nobody of the local people, they were aware of what paint protection film is. And when you started explaining it to them, you were not getting very enthusiastic replies from them. To some it was too expensive, to others they didn't see a point. Others were confusing it with other products on the market which they assumed do the same job, which they don't. Over the years, we're trying to push paint protection film to the Cyprus customer, general customer. And if we were to push it the way it is done right now abroad, in US, UK, Russia, etc., some of the customers might find some negative aspects of it. For example, when you wrap a door in paint protection film, a normal standard is to finish on the edge of the door, cut it, deliver the car. What we try to do is we try to leave a little bit space, extra material, wait through the whole drying process, natural drying process, and then wrap the part around, so that when you open your door and you hit a wall, the wall is actually damaging the edge, which is theoretically not supposed to be wrapped from day one. Now, this is not always possible, depends on the car. This is not always possible depending on the customer, because some customers might say, I want my car finished in 3 days. Impossible. Always think that you need minimum 5-6 working days if we're talking about a full car wrap in PPF, of course to the standard that we want to deliver. But now 2.5 years on, as I said, lots of bookings and a lot of happy customers.
I have to say, my next question was about asking about possible challenges about educating the market, but you've pretty much answered that very well. And something that I can say from personal experience, that is something that you actually did on my last car, on my S14A, and I think to a certain extent as well, it helped me not only be a lot more comfortable that the edges of the doors were protected, but it helped me educate people as well, because people would always ask me about it, and all I'd have to do was open the door, I'd show them the PPF wrapping around the corner, and I'm like, I can open my door right now onto a wall. Obviously I'm not going to, but if by some accident it happens, it's covered. Plus, it's also a lot harder to show people that if the cut line finishes on the edge of the door.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So Ruslan, what are the questions that you get asked the most by people that are considering doing PPF, considering doing wraps, considering doing extra styling things on their car? What do you get asked the most?
It's a very nice question. First of all, before I start answering this question, I want to also mention that besides paint protection film, besides vinyl wrapping, we're also doing window tinting, as I also mentioned. We are also official resellers of Akrapovic exhausts in Cyprus. We're doing rim restoration, we supply tires, we provide rims as well, working with good European companies and high-end US brands as well, and general body kits and pretty much anything you might require for your car. We don't tune cars, but we can direct you in the correct direction for that. Now, there are a few questions that I would like to mention today in the video that a lot of people ask, and they have maybe they have a wrong idea in their head when they're asking this question. So, for example, the first question is, once they find out how much vinyl wrapping costs for their specific car in the specific color that they want to wrap it. Sometimes you hear, oh, but I can paint the car cheaper than that. Sure, you can. Now, the important thing to understand is that vinyl wrapping is not a direct substitution to painting your vehicle. This is not an alternative that you can get cheaper. You can get it cheaper if it's done in the garage somewhere at home with a poor quality material. Sure. But generally speaking, when a professional installer is doing the installation in the professional surroundings using one of the world-leading vinyl brands, it's not going to be cheap. We acknowledge that. The point of vinyl wrapping is that it gives you an opportunity to wrap your car in pretty much any color you want, any finish. Some of them cannot be even replicated with a body shop, with a paint. And after 2-3 years, once you're bored of this color choice, you can always strip the car and go back to your factory color. You cannot do that with just painting your car, because once you get bored of your new color, you have to repaint it again. You pay twice.
Yeah, exactly.
Here you wrap once and then you just strip it back. Now, of course, it also protects to an extent the paint under the vinyl, but if you really wanted to protect, would be the PPF, right? Now, the other question I get asked a lot is, can you do rim wrapping? Wrapping rims. The short answer is, yes, we can do it, but we will not do it. And there is a good answer, a good reason to it. Why? Not every rim can be wrapped. Let's put it there straight away. Not every rim design can be wrapped. And even if the rim design that you have can be wrapped, if it has some damages on it, the damages need to be fixed before it's wrapped, obviously. Now, when you see people wrapping rims on the internet, on YouTube, for example, by the way, subscribe to your channel. When you see people wrapping rims, it's mostly for the show. Maybe the car is going to be exhibited somewhere. Maybe the car is not being used and it's just parked in the showroom. If I was to wrap your car rim today, probably last you daily used car, probably last you between 2 weeks and 1 month, most probably. Again, depends how you drive. I know you like to drive fast sometimes. Just think about it. It's a PVC sticker on the rim, very close to the brakes, which get hot very fast and to very high temperatures. There is road debris always flying and hitting the vinyl. There is brake dust hitting the vinyl. Plus, when you go to the car wash, which area of your car is really being washed with a pressure washer a lot? It's your rim. The vinyl will be either lifted or either cut on the rim or have some other damage from daily use. That's why we would not wrap your rim. We can wrap it, we can charge you, 2 weeks later you will come unsatisfied. I don't want to have an unsatisfied customer. That's why we don't wrap rims. There are many other questions as well, but these two would be maybe the two most frequently asked questions.
Got it. Okay, Ruslan, anything that you want to leave our subscribers with?
Thank you so much to all our followers and subscribers on Facebook and Instagram who've been with us from day one that we opened. Constantly, your number is growing, and we're always trying to provide the content and to show the details of what we do on daily basis on our social media platforms, which I'm sure the guys will include. Thank you so much. And I also want to thank you guys, because it's now the second time we had the interview together. I want to big up for what you do. We do live in a small country with a small population here. Not many people here are interested in what you or I do. So it's always a big respect to somebody who tries to provide and start something new on our island. So well done, guys. All the success to you in the future as well.
Thank you, brother. As always, as far as we're both concerned, trying to keep things as professional as possible in everything we do. Thank you for your time. Thank you for having us in the shop today, and we'll catch up with you again soon.
Number 3.
Guys, we hope you enjoyed this week's episode with a look in some of the services that Project 357 offers. If you're looking for them, they are at Proj 357. That is the right way up on Facebook and Instagram. Get in touch for any of their services. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, hit the dislike button. Tell us why you disliked it though. If you didn't like it, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and we'll catch you next time. Until then, it's been James and we'll see you guys soon.